If you haven't heard, Anchor is the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. It's free. There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor distributes your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Hey friend, before we jump into the actual beginning of this episode, I have a quick disclaimer. This ended up being a two-part episode. Kenneth and I were meant to only speak for an hour, but we spoke for about 2 hours. So I decided to split the episodes. And because also towards the last hour, our conversation changed in dynamic a little bit. So I thought it best to keep this as a two-part episode. And and then at some point I'll also reference Bunolo. Unfortunately, she doesn't show up. So I really apologize for that, but I will have her back on and we are going to have a great discussion on this topic as well, or something related. I don't know. By that time, it will be old news. It's already old news. So, anyways, here's the episode. Enjoy. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Growed Up, the show where I talk to you, my friend, or I bring a real life friend into my space and we talk about what we thought adulthood would be like when we were children versus what it really is like right now that we are adults. And if it's your first time here, my friend, welcome. I am your host, Fernannd'O. And if you're back, welcome back. And we actually have a real life welcome back friend today. Okay? And you all friends know he's a singer, he's a daddy, he's a friend, he's a homie, he's a everybody. Bizo Makenzo, yeah. Welcome back.
Yo, bro, it's good to be back, bro. After what? But my 4 months,
yo, guys, I was gone. Yeah?
Yeah, you were gone, chef.
I was gone. Wait, see,
that is literally moving out of life.
I moved out. Hey, I was like, you know what? Let me go. I'm moving out, and I just moved out. But finally, I got to sit down and be like, yo, just talk. Get back to the mic, So I'm also really excited to be back in the seat, and I'm more excited to be here with you. We were supposed to have our girl Bunolo, but unfortunately, circumstances have come in the way of her presence. I don't know. Yeah. She might join us in the middle of this, but I don't think so. I hope she does. But I doubt that she will. But if she does, don't be surprised. We'll just be like, yeah, she's here. And then you guys might just accept.
But she's used to sliding in. She's
that one that just rocks up. So there's a chance here that she must show up. So before we continue with today's episode, I want you guys to please click on that subscribe button right there, whether you're listening on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Anchor, just subscribe. If you're on YouTube as well, please subscribe and like so that the algorithm gods can find us and spread it, because guys, we are trying to grow. The mission for 2022 for Growed Up is for us to grow.
The mission for 2022 is to grow up.
Okay? So I need y'all to really, really push this with me, okay? And but I'm very grateful that you guys have gotten me this far. And we can go further. Let's go, guys. Let's go. But like I said, I got my friend here, and today's topic, I am riding on the wave. I was telling Bunolo yesterday, I said, you know what? I need to learn to ride the wave. Maybe that's also going to help us grow up, because what a week.
Yeah. What a week. What Oscars those were, eh?
The Oscars, guys, and you know why this merits a podcast. Let me tell you. I actually made a little list. It's about, let me see how many points. Maybe 9 or 10 points that I have written down of different angles that one slap.
Yeah.
I never thought a slap could bring out conversations that branched out into so many areas, right? So there's the point of view of making fun of health conditions. I think me and you are the perfect ones to talk about this because we have disabilities. So I think we get to say whatever we want to talk
and
about on this one.
and we can speak very frankly and dispassionately. Well, I guess as dispassionately as we can. But yeah.
Exactly. And then there's the defending your wife / protecting black women movement that almost came out of this, right? There is the taking advantage of someone smaller than you because Will Smith is bigger than Chris Rock. Chris Rock is kind of a small man compared, right? And then there's the entitlement, no regard for the people around you. Because Chris Rock was presenting the Oscar for the best documentary that Questlove did on comedians, I think it was that. And he kind of took that moment away. We're not even talking about Questlove's achievement. I heard this morning that Samuel L. Jackson also won an Oscar. I didn't know that. I didn't even know Beyonce performed. So many great things happened, and those moments were taken away because of just this person's selfishness.
And also because of and also the award that Will Smith got. That's basically what he's working for his whole career, isn't it? I mean, that's like the pinnacle, isn't it?
First ever Oscar, And then there's the putting your partner in an awkward situation. So this is more from the perspective of Jada is the one who cued Will Smith basically to, handle the situation. I don't like what he said about me,
Yeah,
and then there's
which means basically she's taking away his shine on the night.
Yes.
You could say she coerces him to take away or to basic. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like hey, handle it. Go fight for me, And then there's the abuse of public figures.
Show me you're a man.
Don't be a coward. Like that meme says, well, I'm not impressed. Tupac would have shot him. Okay? You just slapped him. And there's the abuse of public figures. So can a public figure just be mocked just because are they up for grabs because you're in the public eye? Right? Insecurity. That male insecurity, right? That we kind of just touched on about. And then there's the hypocrisy in the apology. He apologized that night, but he did not apologize to Chris Rock. But the next day on Instagram, he apologized to Chris Rock. So there's some hypocrisy going there. And then, I guess Jada Pinkett is a public figure herself. So those are just the different... Kenny, are you pissing?
Oh, I'm so sorry. Sorry.
Oh, how I am not cutting it out. I am not. I am leaving it in.
I'm going to leave my phone on my counter to go and flush the toilet.
But you already flushed.
I haven't.
Oh, you're gonna flush now?
I don't want them to hear it.
And let me tell you guys, to you it's weird, but this is normal, okay?
Yeah, it's normal.
To us it's normal. You just walk and you just go pee or poop or whatever it is that you gotta do, and we just keep talking. So to you, it might be awkward. I just had to remind him that there's other friends here. It's not just me and him this time, okay?
Sorry, man.
Don't apologize. Why are you apologizing?
You see me, I'm apologizing right now. I'm not apologizing on TikTok tomorrow.
You're apologizing to who? You're apologizing to Anchor. You're apologizing to Anchor, not to the listeners.
That is nasty.
You don't apologize to the people whose ears you violated. You apologize to the white man who pays the bills.
No, that is nasty.
Wait, see, Anchor is gonna demonetize. Yeah, my stomach. Let me fill you guys in, because maybe if you have been living under a rock, you don't know what happened. What had happened was, I would actually play all of this for you, but you can Google it. I'm just going to tell you what kind of happened. And I don't know, Kenny, there's some details that I don't know if you're aware of that happened, but I'm going to describe them to you. So what happened was, Chris Rock was presenting the Oscar for Best Documentary in the Oscars of 2022. This happened this Sunday. If you wanna go see the video, you guys can just Google it. Will Smith punches Chris Rock. So first joke, because here's where my problem started. He made a joke with Penelope Cruz and her husband, saying something like, both husband and wife are nominated tonight for the same category. So if she loses, he can't win. Which for me, low-key, is kind of a jab at how, women... women don't... Yeah, you get what I mean? It's you can take that as an insult if you want to.
So he says if she loses,
he's not allowed to win because they're going to have issues at home. It's kind of like husband and wife competing. So he needs to let her
rather
win.
We don't get anything.
Rather nobody win. Do you get what I mean? Everybody laughed at that. And it was funny. It was okay. Right? And then he said, so I hope the husband... I forgot his name and I don't care what his name is. I don't care about these people. So, he says, so the husband is probably begging, like, please, 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 can Will Smith win instead? Because if I win and my wife loses, you get what I'm saying? So Will Smith laughs. Ha, 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 ha. That's the visual now, right? So that's kind of the segue into there. And it's like, can King Richard please win? And then he says something along the lines of, Jada, I love you.
I love you. Yeah.
Can't wait for G.I. Jane 2 to come out. Do you know what that was about?
Yes. Okay. I love that movie. Yeah.
So for those who don't know, G.I. Jane is basically a movie about a woman in the army. Demi Moore, I think, stars in it. And at some point in the movie, she shaved her hair to kind of like, that coming of age. Women, you understand that. We've all been through that. I'm probably going to go through that phase when I'm 40, where you're like, fuck it. Shave your whole head to prove to the world that you can do this.
Yeah.
So in the movie, G.I. Jane basically shaves her head. And it's an old movie. They used to play it so much on ETV back in the day. It's a really old movie. So him saying, hope G.I. Jane 2, right? It's kind of like because Jada Pinkett Smith is now bald, and she's bald because she has alopecia. It's not really by choice. It's because of medical condition. She got offended by that joke. First, Will Smith laughed at that joke. He laughed. She didn't. She rolled her eyes. She got upset. And in a matter of like 7 seconds, Will Smith got up and went and slapped. He went and slapped Chris Rock in front of everybody. And Chris thought it was a joke. He was still trying to process it. It's like, no, Will Smith smacked the shit out of me. And Will Smith is like, from the seat, because he slapped him. Mind you, slapped. Nah, guys, he didn't punch. We also need to address the slap situation, because there's something to this. And he went and he sat down and he's like, keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth. And Chris is like, but it's a G.I. Jane joke. Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth. And that's basically what happened, right? And obviously Chris was shook, but he presented the award and all of that. So that is, in description, the visual, right? Painting the picture, mainly for you, Kenny, right?
Yeah.
Will Smith laughed a little bit at that joke. And then he reacted the way he did. So tell me what your thoughts are on this matter.
So, first of all, right? let me just put it. I'll give you different perspectives, because it's very difficult for me to have an opinion, right?
Yeah.
Or none of or whatever opinion I can basically have, I guess, wouldn't necessarily be right or wrong, because it can change tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
But I'll give you another angle. So if you're a guy and someone upsets your lady, it is your prerogative as a guy. This is how we go about it usually. It's your prerogative to deal with whatever makes your wife or your person uncomfortable, to deal with it in whatever way you see fit, right? If it's another man, you deal with him like you would deal with another man. Whether you slap him, whether you punch him, that's how you saw it fit. It doesn't have to be the right action at that time, but that's how you dealt with it, and that thing no longer is there.
Yeah.
Right? So bottom line, we get the results of that, right?
Yeah.
Second of all, if you're a guy and you're a comedian, yes, we know you're a comedian, you do your work. But you don't have control. You must be prepared to know that what I say can offend people. If it does, you know it can. If it does, those people can act in whatever way they deem it to be fit. Whether it's the most rational thing or responsible thing to do at that particular time is neither here nor there, because they would have acted anyway, right? This is not to excuse Will Smith in any way.
But you kind of like just painting the picture of, from Will Smith's perspective, right? Somebody offended his wife, and as the husband, he needs to deal with it. He needs to handle the situation. From Chris Rock's, so from the entertainer's perspective, is you need to be prepared to understand that people may take your joke and interpret it however they want and react however they may. Doesn't make it right, but just expect that people will do whatever they feel they should do in that moment to defend or protect
themselves. And they can physically harm you. They can physically harm you also.
Yeah.
Basically. Now, let us also, if we look at maybe just those 2 points for now, if we look at the reasons that makes Will Smith to go out there. Now, Will Smith, first of all, has a wife who sleeps around.
Thank you.
With other men. Right? So automatically, we can assume that Will Smith at some point has been emasculated. He has been told how. I mean, dude, if my wife sleeps with another man, that says a lot more than what she can say.
The thing is, even to add to that, he has been emasculated in front of us. We watched the Red Table Talk conversation about that whole entanglement thing. And it's not whether or not they were, for me, it's not even so much about whether or not they were together. The fact that you even entertained that conversation and made it so public, it's emasculating. Because you are public figures. You're putting your shit out there in the internet. The internet is going to ride with it. So I feel like she kind of opened the doors for that, for him to be the butt of the joke. And I mean, they both, let me not even say just her, because I believe in equal responsibility. Nobody was forced by gunpoint to sit there and have that conversation, but that conversation did not need to happen.
No. So Will Smith has been an asshole for one thing. Will Smith has been an asshole because he has let his family come down to this. He's got no one to blame for whatever repercussions might come. Some people have been saying his career will end and whatnot.
I don't think so.
No, I also don't think so. Because white people don't have a problem as long as you are taking another black person. That's not.
I mean, we're not even that should be number 10 on this list.
you understand what I'm saying? So Will Smith, he is guilty because he could not keep a lid on his family. He could not say to Jada Pinkett Smith, listen, we're not going to do 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
We are not going to do. Otherwise, it's fine. Take what you need to take, and let's be on our way. And remember, this could have been done long before those kids were born. Long, because this is not something that starts now. This is not. I mean, we were in high school and we knew these people had an open marriage. They were basically.
I think even the worst of it, nah, because it's the open marriage situation and there's the entanglement situation. For me, the worst of it all, I think the one thing that you can do to someone is you being in a relationship with someone and consistently, publicly, or even once say, but the love of my life was so and so. You're right now married to this person and you're going to say, Tupac was the love of my life. That does something to someone.
Yeah.
It has to make someone feel insecure.
That is something, Eloring, I guess maybe you guys as women can talk about that, because in a way, Jada has broken Will Smith.
You know, I'm still thinking about that. I hear that a lot, but I'm thinking about it because I have a thought about the general thing of women breaking men and stuff like that. But it's something I'm still thinking about in life.
It's okay. It's okay. But at the very least, we can agree that her actions have impacted him in a very negative way.
Yes.
For what a man needs to feel.
Yes.
You know, how a man needs to feel, you know, like a man, basically.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Now, all of that. And then obviously there's the whole thing, you know, she deflected the whole thing of what his achievements were and what. But it's basically Will Smith's fault. Will Smith needed to take hold of his family from the beginning.
Yeah.
He didn't walk into this toxic space. It doesn't start now.
Oh no. And yeah. This is dynamic.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now this is, I mean, personally, I don't have a problem that he went to and slept Chris Rock.
I do.
Let me tell you why I don't have a problem with it.
Yeah.
The reason why the platform is wrong, and the reasons why he's doing it are wrong, right? Because first of all, yes, because he is basically, he's not going with his convictions. And I'm not saying don't protect your wife, or don't, if anything makes your wife uncomfortable, but there was another way. You could have just squeezed your wife's hands and given her a kiss there in front of everybody, and the world would have loved you.
But so this is where I have a problem. I have a huge problem that he went up there and did that, because one, he is in the entertainment space. He understands comedy. He knows what comedy is about. And if you've watched these award shows, these comedians are there for that. That's their job. They're there to roast all these people. That's what he does.
Yeah.
And everybody can accept and acknowledge that joke wasn't shit. That joke wasn't even funny. It wasn't offensive. It was tame compared to what people have been told in the past. Me and you, Kenneth.
No, it was nothing to be offensive about.
And it was really, you are now also, me personally, I didn't really know that this woman had alopecia. I didn't know. But at the same time, I know so many people with alopecia, and how many people do make fun of that are bald? Nobody says anything. She doesn't have fucking cancer. She's not doing chemo. If she was doing chemo and she didn't have hair because she's going through this life-threatening disease and we all knew about it, that's one thing. Alopecia? Come on, Kenneth. Me and you are blind. Come on. We've heard worse.
Yes, of course.
And we say to each other worse. And sighted people say to us worse. I can't tell you the amount of times people joke with me about my blindness, and it's okay. So that is one thing. Will Smith knows comedy. He was the main actor in a freaking comedy sitcom. Not comedy sitcom. But he's a main actor of a sitcom That's what comedians do. They're there to diss you. You need to have some kind of balls of steel to handle that, because what was said was not even that harmful. 2, I don't believe in men need to protect women, not like that. And I'll tell you why. Yes, a man should, if there's a situation, life or death, that's one thing. Do you understand? But I believe that kind of expectation that women put on men is toxic, because that means that anytime you and your man step out, you get to say shit and offend people and start a problem, and then you expect this man to step in and take care of it. That is wrong. It's wrong. There was nothing there that merited that slap other than her looking uncomfortable, and then Will Smith felt like he needed to go. She should have stopped him. In my opinion, she should have stopped him. As soon as she saw him get up, where are you going? Don't. That is not something that merited a fight. She was not being threatened. She was not under any distress. It was a joke that she didn't like. That's it. Now you're going to put your... Do you know that in real life, Kenny, in the real world, Will Smith could have either walked out of there fine, like he did, or in a coffin. You don't put your man in danger like that. You do that to the wrong person. Chris Rock is a short man. Out there, short people, generally short men, okay, let me not generalize. I don't know why I generalize. But they have guns, for example.
Yeah. They'll shoot you right there and then.
They'll shoot you right then and there. What's a slap in a gunfight? Nothing. You are dead. Why? Because somebody teased your wife's bald head. That doesn't make sense to me.
Remember, Mama, if you are constantly being told how not a man you are, it will play on your mind, and you will become irrational. You lose control, not because of what that guy said, or not because of what the people are laughing at. I mean, you are laughing at it. You are losing control because of what you've heard and what you will probably hear when you get home.
He lost, and that's the problem. That is the problem.
Yes.
So why are we talking about men protecting women when it's not? It's a toxic situation. This is emasculinity, or it's a toxic relationship. Let me not even say emasculation or whatever. He's in a toxic relationship. But now we are twisting it and making it, protect black women.
No. The thing is, Joe, the reason why I spoke about protecting your wife, I'm just saying it generally as guys.
Oh yeah.
Remember, your job as a guy is to make your wife as comfortable as possible in life. That is your prime objective. Right, so that she can continue to grow you, basically grow your name, right? Remember when we spoke about that. So you don't want your wife to look for anything, any discomfort for your wife is a cause of concern for you, right? But that's basically where I was coming from that. But him slapping that guy is not a sign of him protecting black women or protecting his wife. Because there's nothing he was protecting his wife from.
Yeah.
Chris Rock didn't insult her. He didn't swear at her.
Nothing. And it was something that could have been handled better, right?
He could have done that if he was not in a toxic relationship. He would have handled it nicely.
So we need to condemn this then, because what I see is people are glorifying these people. People look up to the Smiths and think like, oh my God, this is such an amazing family. And I was telling someone today, I was like, you know what? That family thinks that they're relatable. They are not relatable. The shit that they do is not relatable. Do you understand? But the thing is, what they have is toxic. And now I'm coming to you, women. You glorify toxicity. Women glorify toxicity. That's why they can look and watch Red. I'm telling you, I've never watched that show. I think I've only watched snippets.
I don't even know what it's about. When you talk about that, I don't even know what it's about.
It's shit. In my opinion, it's a shitty show. It doesn't help anyone. It's entitled people who think are relatable to the common person talking shit. And then the common person who wants to be entitled, who wants to be where that person is, finds that relatable because now they crave that level of toxicity. You cannot say certain things. I really believe in days that you have to preserve your family. You have to preserve your marriage.
Absolutely.
You have to preserve your partner. The same way that we are saying, if I'm in danger, somebody is coming to me and attacking me, if they're insulting me and swearing me and undignifying me in public, yes, then my man can step up and maybe deal with it. But I will never say to him, go punch that guy. I would like for him to at least talk to the person. Let's see how we can handle this matter amicably. But if it starts getting violent, I need to get my man out of there, because if I don't, I will not have a man tomorrow. Because I could be living there with a corpse. It's not sexy for men to get in a fight for the honor of...
your man could kill that guy and end up in jail.
Exactly. But nobody's fucking thinking about it, because we are glorifying this fake, childish ideal of what a man should do for a woman. You're not thinking of the consequences of a man standing up and confronting another man. Women don't understand how men interact with men. I'm not a man. Therefore, I can walk up and I can say the most outrageous things to a man and walk back home alive. A man cannot do the same thing to another man.
No.
But women fail to understand that. So you cannot put your man in a position of danger for the sake of getting your panties wet and feeling like, oh, my man stood up for me today. He defended my honor. Protect black women. No, you protect black women by protecting yourself first. You need to be safe. You can't just physically attack someone and think that's attractive. It's not. It's dangerous. It's destructive. If Chris Rock pressed charges, that man is facing 6 months in jail.
Yeah.
6 months.
Yeah.
6 months.
Come on. And if Chris Rock decided he's going to get some guys to just deal with Will Smith.
Will Smith, who's gonna say anything?
No one.
And now you have caused also. He has started something that is very dangerous for comedians. People don't go up and slap comedians commonly.
No.
There's outlying cases, but that's not a normal thing. But now, because he did that, people are going to think it's okay. People are going to think it's okay. Now, you have ruined a whole community of entertainers because of your fucking insecurity.
Yeah.
Like, I have such a big problem with that whole setup where it's like I cannot I can't with those people.
No, the thing is, Joe, Mama, like we were saying, today it is very difficult to call people out. If you still have people in your life who can call you out, you are very fortunate.
Yeah.
Because it is a very scarce commodity these days for people who will tell you who will tell you the truth.
Yeah.
As it is. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And not care how you feel.
Yeah.
Give it to you as it is and not care how you feel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because today we are all on social media. We all have some sort of a following. I mean, even I'm hardly on fucking Facebook. I've got about close to 4,000 people there. Now I feel like, fuck, what I have to say matters. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't change anything. It doesn't change anybody's life.
Exactly. You don't know in real life. You don't know 4,000 people.
No.
And then put 4,000 people in front of you. What are you going to say? It's not going to be the shit that you think you can get away with.
Dude, let me tell you, I cannot even get fucking 4,000 people to come and watch me sing.
Mm-hmm.
So what makes me think, do you understand? I can't even move them. They know I can sing. They know that's what I do. But I cannot move them to bring them to Pretoria to come and sing, to come and watch me sing.
It's not gonna happen. You can't even move 50 of those people.
Hell, you can't even move your own friends.
Even 50 is a high number. Yeah.
Do you understand? Now, because there is this platform that we all have, we feel that we've got something to say to the world, and the world will stop and listen to what we have to say about any and everything and anyone, right? Without any consequences. Now, someone, mama, can bash you now. Someone can hear you saying women must be responsible and whatnot, and they can go on a platform of 100 to 200,000 people and bash you.
Yeah.
Now. Yeah. Right? And because there are people who feel that way, and generally people who act that way, they will say, yeah, no, mama is shit because this is violent.
Yeah, because these are her views and she has no regard. She doesn't support women and stuff like that. And for me, that's the thing that I'm very, very aware of, especially even like in coming into podcasting and stuff. And I always say this can either blow up or not. I don't know, but I enjoy doing it. This is why I'm doing it, right? And kind of bringing this back to when I was saying, like, in making fun of somebody's health condition or whatever, I am putting myself out there in a way that most people don't even understand. It's not just like my visual impairment, the way I look. Do you understand? My eye doesn't look normal compared to the normal person's eye. Do you think that I'm gonna be let easy on that? No,
they won't. No. In fact, it's gonna be the women who are going to be saying, yeah, well, she's not as pretty as some of us are.
Exactly.
So she's bitter.
Look at her skin. Look at her this. Look at her. And I know it. I know it. So for someone like Jada, who has been in the public eye for God knows how many years, to not be able to take a joke about fucking boldness is just pathetic to me. It's pathetic because she laughed about it even herself. She's like, all I can do is laugh about it. And that joke was, G.I. Jane is a badass bitch. She's a woman that went into a man's world and made it work. You can take that as it was not and it was such a bad joke. It wasn't even funny. And I don't know how many people know this, but I think I heard, I'm not sure, I can't verify it as fact, but I heard that Chris Rock didn't even write that joke. It was one of the writers who did that joke. So already you are attacking somebody for a script. How pathetic is that? You're an actor yourself. Come on.
Yeah. You see, Mama, because we are not calling each other out, the same shit will keep on coming to the surface. You know? It's like you and your husband having issues and you never get to really resolve them. Things, it's always this whole kissy, makeup, but shit doesn't get resolved. We don't see the results.
Yeah.
Right? That shit won't go away, right? Yeah. It's always going to be the same issues, same problems, because they're not being resolved. So now, because we don't call each other out, there's an entitlement. People think now that they are entitled to say whatever they want to say, whoever they want to say, and not be, and there must be no reaction to that. Because it's dangerous, guys. It's dangerous. You cannot, I can tell you, Joe, I've got a lot to say about the world in general, but I keep off social media. Because I know that, Joe, you cannot say certain things. You can't say certain things in public.
No, you can't.
And expect people to not react to that. You can't.
You can't. And you better be ready for the back. I mean, earlier, it was even such a fluke where Kenny and I went in on something. And it was even like that type of commentary, you really need to know that if it's out there, it's out there. Yeah. And whatever outcomes are going to come with they'll come with that, and you just have to be aware. But then, Kenny, are you saying that? So, what is your thought then with this being like in a comedy skit? Because now, what should comedians do if this is what's gonna happen all the time?
They must be ready. Be ready.
But don't you think that for someone like Will Smith having done this, it kind of sets the tone to say to other people that you could have done this all along?
Well, if somebody else does it to you, kick his ass as the comedian. Kick his ass.
And then you get sued. That's the problem,
yes.
guys. Then you get sued as the comedian. You get sued.
But now, tell me something. Because remember, men operate on what they can do physically, right? So just as easily as Will Smith could have walked on stage and slapped that guy, right?
Yeah.
Let's say someone else tomorrow walks onto stage and they don't like maybe an impersonation of Donald Trump that Trevor Noah is making.
Yeah.
And he walks onto stage and Trevor Noah kicks his ass.
Yeah.
You know what's going to happen? No one's going to do that ever again. Because all of a sudden it's like, oh shit, okay. No, I don't want to be kicked like that guy. Like that guy got kicked.
That's hoping Trevor Noah is him. No, but the thing is, you know, it's the complexity.
Look, it's a bad precedent. It's a bad precedent.
No,
it's a very bad precedent.
For me, because there's obviously many factors here, right? Where if you as an entertainer hit someone, right? Maybe you can get away with it as in self-defense or whatever. But like then you're dealing with lawsuits and you're spending money in courts and stuff. Nobody wants to have to deal with that. It's kind of the same thing as how famous people just need to handle paparazzi. Like in Faggot, whether they are harassing you or not, you are not allowed to touch those people because you're a public figure. And I'm sorry, America, what I'm about to say comes from a place of love. Né?
Yeah, right.
Those people are crazy. The Americans, you know.
Yeah.
Like, there's this, like, I was observing, I don't know if you're following the whole Kim Kardashian, Kanye West.
No, fuck no, please, no.
But
yeah.
Long story short, but you know, kind of what's, you know.
Yeah.
But just seeing how, because of Kanye West's outbursts or what he said and the threats he made, someone actually walked up to one of the people that Kanye West addressed, and that's not safe. Somebody's walking up to you and saying, somebody walked up to, I think it was DL Hughley or someone. I can't remember per se. Him and Kanye had a back and forth on the Instas and stuff, you know. And I don't know if there was like, I can send people to your house or something like that. Something stupid that Kanye said. And this guy, DL, is sitting with his family at a restaurant having dinner. And this random guy just walks by. Like, you know, when someone just keeps walking by your table, And DL is like, no, man, this guy has issues. What is it? You know? And it was like, nah, man, this thing with you and Kanye, you guys have to squash it and whatever. In the bathroom, this conversation happened. But this guy posts this incident, making it seem like, you know, I told DL to chill out, you know, because I got Kanye's back, something stupid like that. And even security came by and stuff. So it is encouraging people to do dumb shit. And because you have these cult-like fan bases, people do dumb shit. So Chris, Will Smith has almost a cult-like following as well. And if they feel like, oh shit, you know, if a comedian says something I don't like, I can just slap the shit out of them. Because remember, Kenny, comedy is already under attack. With the whole political correctness, comedians can't joke about anybody anymore. Then they're getting cancelled left, right, and center. Comedy is already under attack. So for someone so big to take that physical action just seems wrong. It's a problem.
Look, it is wrong, Mama, right? But remember, anybody who is in the public space will tell you their profession is under attack. The Christians are under attack. The journalists say they're under attack. And honestly speaking, look, I agree with you. I agree with you 100% that, you know, it does set a very wrong precedent. But if I can play the devil's advocate here, right? is how many times, when do you hear news, do you hear media houses tarnishing someone's name, and when they get it wrong, I can give you maybe an example. Like ENCA a few weeks ago, I think it was like 6 weeks ago, they came out and they said, we are sorry, we've been accusing the CEO of Eskom 2014, I think Marcela Koko. We've been accusing him of having stolen 1.6 billion and whatnot. We apologize because actually that money did actually go where it was supposed to go. But for years, they've been tarnishing his name.
They tarnished his name.
And it ends there. There's no other.
There's
it's
no
not
other
a hoo-ha.
recourse.
No.
But
do you understand what I'm saying?
They can. I think he can sue for defamation. I think there are options in such a situation, Kenneth.
No, I understand that. But can you quantify? And how much money are you going to spend hiring legal professions who can quantify to you the reputational damage?
I'm sure there's punitive damages you can claim from that. I mean, if you've put me through so much crazy accusations, you defamed me, it cost me potential work, and this is how much money I would have made, and this is how much money I lost, and this is how much money I spent. You can claim punitive damages, and I think they might win or not. But
I get that. But what I'm saying,
isn't that different to somebody dissing you? That's different.
No, what I'm saying here is that constantly people say stuff and do stuff to one another, right? Remember, in Africa, this is where the world is, Papa.
In Africa, you don't slap. Slapping is disrespectful.
It's real.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Here, you don't just say whatever you want to say. They can pick you up now. Tomorrow, when you have your episode, your listeners, you can tell them Kenny disappeared.
Yeah.
It's real here. Yeah, it's happening. You don't say anything you want to. You can be comedian all you like, or you can be this.
That's definitely the case. You know what I'm saying? Like at least here, I wouldn't go so far as here in SA.
Yes.
You know, thankfully South Africa
is crazy.
But outside of South Africa, it's a little bit hectic. You know.
Yes.
But when you are,
but even in SA, in SA,
think of if you write a song, right? You write a song, and you go on stage and you perform it, and somebody just doesn't like it and feels like you wrote a racist song or something crazy like that,
and they come and they slap,
and they come and they assault you. So is this a thing
and this is a big guy that I cannot deal with right now.
No, you can't deal with him. Oh, you're going to deal with him tomorrow.
Yes, I'll do my guys. That's how we work. Africa is one big township, bro.
But as an entertainer, as a creator, is this something that, I mean, comedians, musicians,
No, it's not on.
It's not on. Do you understand? We are the ambassadors of freedom of expression. We literally are the ambassadors of freedom of expression. You can't just come at somebody.
Fighting.
We have
to. We are constantly fighting to freely express ourselves.
We have to. And if we, who are the ambassadors of freedom of expression, are being suppressed, how are you, commoner, going to be able to freely express yourself? Because if actual people who are called to do this cannot do it, what the fucking point is there for any of it? We might as well go back to God knows what time in the world where, you know, to communist or socialist regimes and just not have a say. We might as well. And that's my problem, where I feel like this is somebody who should know better. I don't care if they said, like, you should know better because you too are an ambassador of freedom of expression. And you are going to attack somebody who made a joke, who is also a comedian and an actor. You, more than anyone, understand their profession. And you did that. You humiliated this person. Why? Because you feel small. Because your wife doesn't make you feel manly enough. You need therapy, sir.
Yes.
You need healing. And on top
he
of
just
that,
needs He needs a new cake.
You know what he needs? He needs a good PR team right now. Let me tell you. His PR is damaged. If this is where his PR needs to come to play right now. Because you cannot, after being the meme of entanglement for 2 years, come back from this. Not without good PR.
Yeah.
Not without good PR, because what you're doing now is proving to us that you are, that you feel inferior. Not that you are. I don't think he's an inferior man, but you feel inferior. You feel small. The fact that he did that,
but
a slap, Kenny, not a punch, a slap. Do you know how disrespectful a slap is? Open hand, a clap. That's wrong. At least punch him.
Yeah.
But on top of that, you did that to someone smaller than you, when we all know you wouldn't have done that to the white man. If it was a white person, he would not have done that. If it was someone bigger than him, he'd not have done that. And how I know this is because of his stupid apology that he gave when he accepted his award. My apologies to the Academy and everybody here. Why did you not apologize to Chris Rock right then and there? He didn't.
Yeah.
You're going to send me an Instagram post? Come on.
You see, the thing is, Mama. Will Smith, he got triggered, and what triggered him is his irresponsibility. That's basically it. It's nobody's fault. If you are with a bad woman as a guy, if you've chosen the wrong woman for your life, it is your fault. It's nobody else's fault.
I agree.
And the people who are the victims are the children who are the victims. It's not you. You are not the victim in any way. Whatever that lady says to you, as uncalled for as it might be, because obviously we know that, when we marry, you marry somebody because they're in your corner all the time, always. But you knew how she was, and you still brought children into the world. She's like that. So,
the thing with these that is actually, now that you're saying this, points me out is this is a relationship built on selfishness. Because if it's not selfish, that thing I was saying, I wouldn't have allowed my partner to go up there. I wouldn't. Even if the joke upset me and I saw him stand up, I'd be like, no, where are you going? Come back. Don't go there. And if he did that, how did I not see that woman being in front of him? Come down. You stop your partner from doing that, right? Because you're thinking of him.
You rather do that in public. I'd rather do that in
public than to do that privately. Yeah. You stop him in public, like, no, it's not worth it. I know I'm upset, but it's not worth it. Let's go sit down. Let the show continue. That's selflessness. Do you understand? Because you don't want your man to embarrass himself. This is a man that has accomplished so much. And even with the whole entanglement thing, but one night, feels empty. But one night, he diminished. He won an Oscar, his first Oscar, and he diminished that achievement just because he wants to be macho. And because she wants to feel like you deserve me, and if you think that you deserve me, you need to handle this shit. She let him go. She didn't protect him.
But now, here's the thing. This guy, Will Smith, because it's not late, right? I mean, everything also depends on how you look at it. I mean, Will Smith could literally call Chris Brown and meet up with him, and they could have a chat. And he could literally tell him, look, man, what I did was really, really not true. Right?
Chris Brown's ear is itchy. Hey, I'm laughing because you'll be like, guys, just because there's heating involved.
Sorry. Chris Rock. You could literally call him up, sit down with him, tell him, look, man, what I did was absolutely wrong. Yeah. And I was a dick throughout. Yeah. I didn't apologize to you in public. I used the wrong platform to apologize to you, but I am coming to you to apologize to you now because I know we are not in the public eye, first of all. And whether you accept my apology or not, I need to tell you this because I have not been myself. I have not been. You need to come clean. If you can do that to somebody in public, you have to go to them and come clean. Tell him. I mean, if I don't know, whatever, but tell the guy, listen, I have not been myself. I'm sure you know. You've been seeing what's been happening, right? And I don't know if you have an opinion or whether you don't have an opinion, but I've not been myself. I've not been all right. And if Chris Rock takes that and he makes a joke out of that, it is off your back. Do you understand what I'm saying? This is exactly what we're talking about, Mama. Because you want to feel free.
Yeah.
Fuck the reputation. I mean, you want to tell me Will Smith can't retire now? Do you want to tell me he hasn't made enough money?
Dude, that guy does not need any more money than what he has. Yeah. He's obviously a successful man. He's very wealthy.
Yeah.
You know?
So he can't. If he never has to see a camera again, he's not gonna lie. He's not gonna die if he doesn't have to see a camera again.
Oh no!
But he needs to go to Chris Rock and have a conversation with him and tell him that, listen, my man, this is not how I want it, because I have done to you. I have done to you what has been done to me. And I took that out because I could not handle myself. I don't know how. I have not been doing well in handling myself. You can see for yourself the mess my family is in, or the mess that is my family. And because of that, I have taken that out on you. And I am very sorry about that. And I hope you can forgive me.
He has.
You have lost nothing. Nothing.
But the thing is now, I feel like there are certain things that happen in a certain way and they should be addressed in a certain way, because it feels very sell-outish or cowardice for me that he felt entitled, he felt justified in his actions until the PR said apologize. It feels that way because, one, he tries to compare himself to Serena Williams' dad and say, oh, I'm protecting my family and stuff. You know, like how Richard Williams would have protected his family. Something stupid like that. That's crazy. That's crazy. Now you are tainting somebody else's legacy with your action. That's how selfish this man acted to me. Because between him slapping Chris Rock and him winning his Oscar, there was at least some 10 minutes for him to think about what just happened and how can I best address this. But for him to, after all those minutes, still go up there and try to rationalize his excuse instead of owning up fully, like in, what is that word? Unequivocally. Unreservedly say, guys, I am sorry. I fucked up. Chris, I am sorry. I shouldn't have done this. I should have handled that situation better. I did this because Jada he should have done that then. But for him to go up there and say, oh no, I'm like the father bear, you know, protecting my family like the Williams and stuff like that. And I want to be a vessel for love, not a vessel for violence. And then says, I apologize to the Academy and everybody here, and not acknowledge the person who you most caused harm to, is very entitled. So to me, it says that he, beyond his brokenness, he feels that he's right for having done that. And the fact that he did that and nothing happened is crazy.
This is despite, Mama. This is despite. Remember, the Smiths have actually also said on a few platforms how they don't like the way Chris Rock is always talking about their family, which is fine.
Yeah.
But it doesn't entitle him to do that.
No.
Also, on the other hand, Mama, because I feel like if he goes and has a chat with Chris Rock, it will, you know, I mean, how much? I mean, I think the world will be all right one day if Chris Rock can say, no, Will and I actually did have a chat, and he did put things to me,
that's
and
all. That's all that I guess we need. One day for him to say, hey. Yeah. But the thing is, it's not fair to say Chris Rock has made fun of them. Who hasn't? What
no, I get that. I get that.
Like, just to kind of put this into perspective, because people are saying, no, it's from 2016 when they were trying to boycott and stuff, and he made a joke out of it. But who hasn't made fun of them? What comedian can you tell me that has not made fun of them? And now with this, Kenny, I'm telling you, the floodgates have opened. I listen to a lot of comedian podcasters. I'm gonna send you a few this week, and the floodgates have opened. If they were closed before, shame. They're not gonna hear the end of it. He didn't do what? So how did he protect his wife? Because now she's free game, for real. And who are we all blaming for this?
And now they're gonna diss her
even more.
They're gonna diss her medical condition now.
Even more. And people are pointing fingers at her. People are saying this is happening because of her.
Yo.
Do you understand what I'm saying? So this whole protecting is bullshit, because now you have opened her up for worse than what she was getting.
Oh my goodness.
Everybody's saying he did that because he's emasculated. Who's emasculating him? It's her. Who are we all pointing fingers at? At her.
Who's sleeping around?
She doing it. So there was no protection there. It was just entitlement, and worse off because nothing happened to him. It's ridiculous to me still that he was sitting in the front row. He got up, attacked somebody, and got to sit back down and still receive an award the same night. How is that man not escorted out of there?
No, they will never do that.
But tell me if it was Kanye West. If it was Kanye West. If it was Kanye West, you know. If it was any rapper, you know.
So let me just throw the cat amongst the pigeons here, because I have a feeling, there are certain things, Mama, even you as a human being in your right mind, you will never put up with them. Why are you putting up with certain things? But the only thing I can say, which is basically what I'm implying to, is that it profits a man nothing to have the world and lose his soul.
Unless he's hiding something.
It profits a man nothing to gain the world and lose his soul. That is basically what I'm saying here. I'm not implying anything. I'm just saying, because certain deals have been made with whatever, wherever, whenever, for whatever. This is the life that you have to live and bear.
Now I'm implying, I'm just not saying it.
Yes. So now that is what I'm saying. It profits a man nothing to gain the world and lose his soul. Yes. Because there's no peace, right?
No,
you can have no peace if you don't have your soul.
No.
You can be no man. There's no dignity to a man whose wife is openly known to be somebody who is sleeping around. There's no dignity. There's no manhood to you. Give him 1 million Oscars. It means fuck all to me.
That's the thing, right? Why would a man like that, who has everything, who can have any woman, put up with this?
That's exactly what I'm saying. Where is his soul? Where is his soul?
He's hiding it.
Is he his own man? Is Will Smith his own man?
He is. It's in the closet.
There's a song by Bob Marley talks about Mr. Brown. Says Mr. Brown controlled by remote. He's moving around in a moving in a moving coffin. So he's basically talking about a black man who has lost his soul. And you cannot be a man if you've lost your soul. You cannot be a woman if you've lost your soul.
No.
Do you understand? So we can say everything about the masculinity, but you only put up with certain things because
you
of
have
certain privileges
certain
that you
privileges
have.
Also, but I'm more on the you are hiding something. There is no reason why this man needs to put out with this woman who does this to him unless he's hiding something.
Jeez, dude.
He has everything. That by any standards, he's rich, he's world renowned. There's nobody that doesn't know Will Smith. Our kids who are born in this generation know Will Smith. Do you understand? He is known worldwide. He is rich as fuck. He has so much money, he doesn't even know what to do with it. He has access to everything, but he chooses to remain married to this person. Why?
Because Jada Pinkett gave him Corobella.
All right, my friends. So that is it for this week's episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this first part of my conversation with Kenneth. And please do come back for part 2 of this conversation, where we will basically dive into the pains and the weight that men carry, and how basically, how men kind of try to deal with their inner demons. It was also quite an interesting conversation, and I thought that's why it even merited it being a show on its own. So come back next week for episode 29, and thank you so much once again for your love, for your support, and please remember to share and to subscribe and to let everybody know that Growed Up is happening. And remember, my friend, always lead with kindness. We are all going through shit, and the last thing we all need right now is another piece of shit in this world. So thank you so much. I love you all. See you again next week. Bye.